way.
Let's go. Let's get to story time.
Now to talk about the two teams. The last match of the night. The last match for group play, Ruko. This is the last regular season match, and that's between River of Blood and the Cunninghams. Talk about River of Blood first. It's a Cinderella story all over again, and Captain Blood is hoping the glass slipper of being in 4th place will fit. They need that. A 0-3 loss to Hammer Time last week while down a man in a T1 and starting players out for various reasons, Canada off firefighting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hopefully they have a full roster with all their all-stars tonight because they need it. When it comes to River of Blood, if they win, they will rise to a 4th place tie. If they lose, they stay in 5th place, potentially, and thereby they will have to face the 4th place team in the Alpha Division in the wild cards tomorrow night. Let's talk about their opponents, the Cunninghams. The Cunninghams have suffered 2 losses this season, one against Fnatic and the other against the Googly Bobbers. Last week, Gong Fu made them work for their 3-1 win. Tonight, the fight for a seat in the playoffs, or they suffer the wrath of potential tiebreakers and wild cards. If they win, they rise to a potential 2nd place tie. It's dependent upon what's happening in the standings for the division. If they lose, they're in a 4th place tie. So either way, Cunninghams has to play in a tiebreaker. But the tiebreaker in 2nd, 3rd place is only to determine where they will place in the playoffs, so they fight in the playoffs.
So if they have the 2nd, 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that actually change which bracket they go to?
It does. That's why they have to fight in the tiebreaker in order to decide which bracket they go to. So they still have to play in the tiebreaker, but they're still in the playoffs.
Okay, and then for the 4th, 5th, that's a weird trade-off. That's going to be all sorts of crazy.
Yeah, the 4th, 5th, they still have to fight their way through the wild cards in order to make it.
Yeah.
So they would rather tie for 3rd. They'd rather have that, or they'd rather tie for 2nd. 3rd, even if they lose a tiebreaker, they're still in 3rd place. They'll be fine.
Fair enough.
All right. With that being said, we welcome the 2 team leaders to the face-off. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Oh, conflict. How are you
doing well, doing well.
Surprise, surprise.
All right, let's start off with River of Blood, Captain Blood. My first question, do you have all your starters tonight, Captain Blood?
Not quite. I mean, obviously, Duck's still gone, like you mentioned. Unfortunately, Invade was just scooped away by his parents to go to a movie, so he won't be playing.
Oh.
Yeah. I got, he starts chemo again on Monday, and his parents kind of like, you got to do things while you can and have fun while you can. So I don't mind. It's his parents, they want to be with him before then. So it's a little disappointing. We could use him right now. He should be playing tomorrow with us though, because we will be playing tomorrow no matter what, as far as I can tell. But otherwise, we have most of our starting lineup. Yeah.
Okay. As always, we always wish Invade and his family all the best as he's going through that. Let's check in with the Cunninghams. Last week, you lost on Himmels. What adjustments did you make to take Ensk and Ruinberg against Gong Fu? What had happened last week?
Lack of focus is a cause. So when you lose focus, silly mistakes happen, and you lose games like that you shouldn't. So just a redoubling of efforts and it was a bit of a sobering game. People kind of buckled back down and got to the game and came out with a 3-1 win.
Good way to put it. Double efforts. All right, Conflict. Any words for your opponents before we start?
I guess, please don't win. That'd be great, thanks.
That's a polite way of saying it. Captain Blood, any words?
No guarantees there, but yeah, we're gonna commence Operation Kill Commander J. So you better hide him well.
Oh, good.
We're gonna, he needs to go down. That'll probably be in your. Can I listen to your ruse clues? That could be kind of helpful.
So
keep me on
it's
here.
been my rule for the past few weeks. I was waiting for one of you to dedicate to that. Thank you, Captain Blood.
No one kills Commander J. Only Commander J kills Commander J.
Yeah, he was the MVP.
Drownings will be allowed.
He was the MVP last season for a reason. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the battlefield.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Commander J, top performer.
They're also catching on to my rules.
They are.
They found the pattern.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the rosters for both these teams. We do mention Commander J many times on Cunninghams, but there's more than just Commander J on the Cunninghams.
I mean, you just saw Conflict.
You did see Conflict. You got Comps. You got Baguk. Like seeing T1 here and there.
And then for River of Blood, there's, of course, Unfortunately, Invade's not going to be here. I was really looking forward because he's been such a high performer for his team. But without him on the team tonight, I'm going to have to pay attention to the lineup, the actual roster they bring, because it seems to switch up every single night. A little bit of a different team dynamic every time.
The team dynamic can keep people on their toes. And as Hammer Time said, they want to be consistent. River Blood needs to be consistent staying together, but they need to be unpredictable of where they stay together, maybe. But those are my rules. I want to hear rules for victory for these teams.
Okay. First, it is literally stick together.
Yes!
Good job, Josh. I was telling you, River Blood, honestly, seriously, we keep saying it. We're echoing this constantly. Stick together, stick together, stick together. Whenever they split up, it doesn't work. Or just become good at it, but assuming you can't, I'm just going to say stick together. Second is going to be open map objectives, which River Blood kind of picked up on part of this. Commander J on open maps is going to be at 1390. He's going to be on the flank. Kill it. Real easy. On next to that, there's going to be other primary targets that River Blood needs to go for. Prohorovka, go for that west side defilade, get control of that position. On maps like Abbey, maybe taking that west high ground would be great. When you have open maps, there needs to be objectives. It's a little bit harder to set those and then stick to them on open maps, where in city maps it's a little more clean cut. Third rule is split them up. For Cunninghams, their one piece of advice is just contrary to my first one, which is take the River of Blood and divide. The minute you get them split up at all, they seem to lose a lot of their coordination and prowess, and you shall win.
Divide and conquer. That's one way they can do it. Battle number 1 for the last match of group play here in the Bravo Division between River of Blood and the Cunninghams. Here we go. Rookkill, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 2 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, 1390 and 2 T1 Cunninghams for the Cunninghams. River of Blood, the blue team spawning in the south will have a 5100, 4 IS-3s, 2 T1 Cunninghams. That alpha strike. Striker could be the finisher in this series, in this battle. As we see the blue team River of Blood. Whoever peeks out is dead.
Yeah.
That is...
Well, Doc Gollum's leading the charge here. They're not going straight for the fountain from the southern tip. They're going across the golf line. Now they're heading towards the fountain. It's slightly more exposed, potentially, if the Cunninghams decided to have their opening be in the city side. Not the case, though. They're going towards Delta Village.
It looks like spotting coming out of Countess. He may be able to see something, as all members of River of Blood are just going. Silent Demise could be the one to spot it, but he might be a second too late. And now River of Blood is going. It looks like, let's see, any response, Trireme? Seems to be returning Countess. A Martin. No, not a huge response. Comps is wisely, though, watching the cap because they expect the fast. Put 4 IS-3s on cap. Put a 5100 behind that. Put some T1s in the mix. Any tank that peeks around that corner is probably dead. You would have to see a massive number of bounces. If any one of the IS-3s bounce, then you've got it. Because 4 IS-3s, it's about 390 average damage. With that, you can expect about 1,500 damage on the a little bit on the low end, which is an IS-3 per volley. Meaning, yes, you can afford a bounce here and there, maybe against a 5100, but the 5100 can against 5100 IS or 1390, but Striker can make up for it. Striker has 6 shells. He'll be the finisher, like you said, and the IS-3s are just going to waste people. They also have about, let's see, 100, 200, about 500 or 600 extra health, which should serve very well, especially not even mentioning the armor and the potential damage, which will be blocked.
Well, Striker's bouncing back and forth close to Commander J. That's who they're maybe trying to kill first. I can imagine if River of Blood had that choice, would be to shoot and then aim. At least it was in the direction of Commander J. Doc Gollum fires a shot, a warning shot towards Cunninghams. He dances around his cover as Striker backs up a little bit. He's going to try to aim through that keyhole, but he won't see anything past the blockage of the city block across the street. And he goes back. It's a East-west split between Cunninghams and River of Blood.
And then a little blind fire coming out. We've got Beguk barely avoiding taking blind fire from one of those IS-3s. And he's going to decide to leave because that's a smart idea. And that's what a smart Beguk will do.
A. Martin taking some damage from the T1. Doesn't finish it. Falls back.
Falls back? You mean stays in the open?
Really? He's oh no, he's gonna stay.
He doesn't
yeah.
have anywhere to fall back to.
Well, the T1 that was aggressing against him, I thought fall back, but there's Arg. He's able to get it.
He had it, easy peasy. Countess is gonna try and reply, but no, Arg is safe.
Yeah. Once I jumped over, I was still looking at Striker to see if he was gonna bounce closely, but once I took a look at Arg, then I knew where the damage was coming from.
And now the coverage from the Cunninghams is going to be hurt a little bit by the fact that they cannot have a Martin in the south to put counter-cap pressure, amongst other important things like shooting bad men.
Shooting bad men's very important. World of Tanks.
Yeah.
It's World of Tanks 101 for any new players out there. The game is free to play. WorldOfTanks.com. Download it. Or if you have a mobile device, an Apple device, you can play Blitz. World of Tanks Blitz. Which is not easy. It's
I haven't gotten to play much.
It's adaptable. I like it, but it's like World of Tanks. You can't just go out there and YOLO. You can't go out there and be a hero. You got to work as a team.
I mean, you can go out there and be a hero. It's just really hard.
Don't shoot your teammate like somebody did to our creative director Jordan Lynn. He was playing and somebody shot him on his own team, and he went, "Why is this a thing? How is this possible?" Shot and killed him.
I mean, it's the battlefield. It happens.
Friendly fire can happen, and it's not friendly. Doc Golem and Striker popping out around the corner towards the flag cap to the north.
Looks like they forced Comps to put his head down. After he took a shell, he's down to 1,086 hit points. Nice connection. Must have been for one of the IS-3s. Striker can't hit that hard.
Oh, he calls back a little bit here.
And it's just kind of a standoff. Cunninghams have the east side. River of Blood are a little bit restricted in their ability to make an aggressive move. They could just go for the cap if they wanted to, but they would probably pay for it. However, are they going to split? Are they really going to... Like, they're split up right now.
They are.
And this is the thing we're always afraid of. Clutch and I, we watch River of Blood all the time. We see them splitting up and then losing fights. And then we see them together, all one huge unit. And they just waste people. So when I see a split up River of Blood, I'm a little worried.
United we stand, divided we fall. That's the motto of River of Blood.
Is it really their motto?
I make it their motto.
Fair enough.
It's also on the money of the United States of America.
Got one of those half dollars. It's legit.
Yeah. Is it on the? Why is it on the money?
I just don't try and think too hard.
No, I'll have to actually verify that. And pull out all these ones. Doc Golem bounces a shot while it gets absorbed in the tracks. I believe he repaired instantaneously.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Can't hesitate. You have to choose immediately after you're tracked. Do I burn my kit or do I not? If you wait a few seconds, you waste so much potential.
Then, yeah, by that time, it wouldn't matter if you had the kit or not. Yeah. You had already lost its value. It's like putting on sunblock after already coming home from being on the beach. It just doesn't work that way.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
That's absolutely perfect. Yes. You've already, and yes. So good.
I have a way with words.
I'm going to keep that one for when I do another private lesson sometime.
You got it. Rylak's able to dodge a shot. Fires back in retaliation. No connection. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. I'm going to venture a guess, Rookkill. This is going to go to a draw.
I'd have to agree with you, Clutch.
The amount of draws we've seen on Ruinberg tonight.
I just don't think teams are comfortable with it.
Nope.
We've got first one from Fnatic Bernal Empires, and actually refused to die Hammer Time, went to Hammer Time. Gong Fu Go Bob actually went to Go Bob.
Yep. We've only seen 3 draws tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Seen 3.
One of them was Ruinberg. However, the rest of them did seem like they could go to a draw.
2 minutes, 14 seconds. Striker now swinging down to the south.
Got a little shots fired. Commander J, Trireme, throwing him down the way. And Trireme's actually in a beautiful position. I really like that. Just going to snake it right through one of the buildings. These little spots are all over Ruinberg, by the way.
Yep.
Little spots where you can just kind of throw a shot through a building, somewhere you wouldn't expect, into a perfect position, actually. And it's incredibly difficult to fire back. Just really solid heads-up play, showing game knowledge. And look at that return fire. The return fire even goes to the right spot. Now, a little RNG throws that off, but Trireme was shooting right at Doc Golem. Doc Golem fired it directly back. It's just easier to, you know, fire out of that little position than it is to receive.
Fire the shot from Doc Golem. Into the trees. Minute and 10. This first battle doesn't really set the pace for both teams here. I'm pretty sure the next one will.
And definitely. This is uncharacteristic of River of Blood. You would have expected them to just go for it.
Not the first battle. Not on Ruinberg. It's too... Ruinberg is too spread out for that type of engagement from them south to north. If they're from north to south, I could see it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
As long as they had a T1 or if they brought a 1390 into the center to scout the southern Cunninghams that they did spawn to the south, going for potential flag cap to the north.
Oh, and here's a move. Cunninghams are moving up. Commander J moving forward.
Just trying to get more damage dealt, which River of Blood has done. They've done more damage this battle.
Yeah. They understand that the possibility of this being a long series. Oh, that's...
Commander J, Doc Golem puts a shot.
That's not more damage dealt, Cunninghams. That's more damage taken. Maybe they can work on it.
3, 2, 1, draw. Between Cunninghams and River of Blood. All right.
Disappointed a little bit. Thought we would see perhaps River of Blood with something highly aggressive, especially with a lineup like that.
Yes.
Something so aggressive with that many IS-3s is begging to push. It just wants to go. But River of Blood didn't want to go, which is disappointing.
All right, let's take a look at the next battle once it's chosen. Well, it's already chosen once the admin puts it up. They choose all their maps ahead of time. They do it back and forth.
Yeah, it might be a good time to start explaining that. There's
Sure.
a map of the week, Ruinberg, which is this week's, when we go through a rotation. Ruinberg being the last one to finish out this rotation. Every match of that week, of this week, is Ruinberg. Now, it begins every series with a coin flip. Winner of the coin flip gets to choose the side on map of the week or defer. A lot of teams choose to defer or pick the side.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's up to
Defer
them
means
because
they get to choose the next map.
yes, you get to choose the next map. You can defer choice of that. And you can force your opponent to pick the map, and then you get to pick the side. And a lot of teams choose, I would like the side. Some say, I would like the map because I don't care about what side I get. It's a whole metagame of that, and it rotates back and forth, back and forth. Only the team that has been given the option to choose the map may choose to defer it to side. The team that, of course, is deferred to can't just defer it back. I mean, it would last forever if teams didn't want to pick the map. Yeah.
The prime example of teams that are choosing maps, 2 weeks ago they did not, but today they did, was refuse to die on Abbey,
Yes.
which was made a huge difference for them in the series. Even though they lost, they were able to take a win after that on Ensk.
Yeah,
which
throw
is
some
really big.
momentum back their way.
Yep. Take more control. Take more control of your destiny.
And I guess regain, some composure.
That's right. That's important too. Any type of team game, maintaining composure. I've played sports growing up. I played team games online, and when you're not performing to the best of your ability, and your team's starting to harp on you, and you're like, oh man, I'm doing really bad, and then you're thinking about how bad you did, then you start doing worse. It's not maintaining your composure.
Gotta take a second, just take a deep breath
Shake
and get
it
back
off,
into it.
Move on. Battle number 2 between River of Blood and Cunninghams. Himmelsdorf will be the map. Real kill. What are the tanks?
Tanks, 3 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, 2 T1 Cunninghams for the Cunningham spawning in the south. River of Blood, the blue team, will have 2 AMX 5100s, 3 IS-3s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams.
Arg and Striker.
All right, opening moves.
Split happening from River of Blood.
River of Blood, no! We don't need them to split. Look at that. Trireme.
Oh, look at that. Cunninghams look forward to facing Hammer Time in the first place match in Seattle.
Oh.
Trireme already throwing predictions.
Trireme. Trireme, Trireme, Trireme.
The weather forecast is sunny with a chance of Hammer Time.
This
for the
chance of
finals.
pain.
We're going to have to make it through the playoffs. Still. All right, Striker and Rylac are to stick together on the western side. And the train tracks, they have a T1 with them, Arg. The rest of the tankers, Captain Blood, Doc Golem, and Savagey, they're hugging Delta 7-8 just above the corner of that tank alley line. And Cunninghams, they're holding back. None of them have passed the Gulf section.
Now, what I find interesting, I think I've seen this before from River of Blood. If I remember correctly, Canaduck was one of the 5100s in the northwest, which is currently the position. They will move in for a flank. And with that, we'll see main push from Savagey, Doc Golem, Captain Blood. Which will actually be a split from River of Blood, pinching on the positions currently held by, I think, Comps is an example of one of those tanks. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Cunninghams, I think, might expect it.
Yeah. Well, expectation is a tricky thing in World of Tanks. Captain Blood and Comps trade fire. Captain Blood, 2 hit points more in his damage dealt towards Comps. Sod Demise takes a hit from Doc Golem.
Ooh. These guys are trading up. Doc Golem moving up behind that fire is going to be able to take a stronger position.
Ooh, but bounces off the front of Sod Demise, and he takes a hit for 402.
Oof. All right, that's one way for it to go back in the favor of the Cunninghams. Damage dealt back and forth, though, is just about even. Not a huge difference. A few hit points here and there, yes, but nothing too big yet. Now, on the hill, A. Martin and GQ are still kind of squaring off, but we do see that motion. Looking across the B line, there are 2 tanks, 5100 Striker and Rylac, maybe going towards the hill.
Doc Golem creeping up slightly. Turns on a reverse angle.
GQ has the ability to go up now on the top of the hill. A. Martin has to hide. GQ is loaded. A. Martin still waiting on his. 3, 2, loaded. And he wins. A. Martin's able to take down GQ. GQ takes the risk. A. Martin calculated it, understood he had the advantage, and he takes the top of the hill. Now he's going to move out of his position, but close by is Rylac. And he's climbing that hill. He may turn around.
Striker turned around. He was next to Rylac.
Rylac is turning around too?
Yep. They both fleeing from the hill.
All right, now we've got an interesting position. Silent Demise holding off Doc Golem.
A. Martin is king of the hill, man. Chasing both those 5100s away.
He's actually chasing them. I don't think he recognizes what he just avoided. Or he may in just a moment. I think he now does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whew. I'm sure he's wiping the sweat off his brow after realizing the 2 5100s left that position.
Now we're in a potential for a huge overmatch in favor of the Cunninghams. With that 5100 spot, I think we will see a fight very soon. Savagey is not in a very good position. He is out in the open. If 3 tanks go around on him right now, he's not going to be able to hold this off for very long. There's not enough support. Silent Demise, Countess, and who's that other 5100? Trireme could very easily kill him.
Doc Golem takes a shot for 297.
Right through this window.
Deep damage against River of Blood. Striker and Rylac, they need to get in the fight soon. They need to set up some sort of flank if there's an overmatch happening in the other corner.
Now Doc Golem is going to move around. Comps may begin engaging with him.
Rylac falls back a bit, still waiting.
T1 fight, Paguk and Arg going to find each other. Arg there we go.
Nope. There he goes. Takes him out.
All right. So T1, 2 of them. A. Martin in the backfield, ready to put the cap pressure on. And I think Striker is going to find him. Once that happens, that should be a push out of the Cunninghams. Maybe not, actually, because they've got a tank out on the flank. Striker doesn't realize A. Martin's there. They just spot each other.
5 minutes left.
Run A. Martin. Oh, he runs to the building.
Oh! Striker gets him.
Okay, that's 2 T1s down for the Cunninghams. They have to push. They have to find something to do. Find it. And now, oh, Commander J, beautiful position on Doc Golem. Doc Golem does reply with 414, 667. I think that's from Cops.
Ooh, big bounce. Still alive. Commander J not able to connect. Doc Golem still tries to fall back. He goes down. Commander J lines that sniper shot from a distance.
All right, too slow from River of Blood. They're not getting any tempo control. They're not forcing their opponent to react. They are now reacting to the Cunninghams. We have Commander J able to back off, and even on a city map, he's playing the flanks. Great positioning.
It's the power of Commander J. 4 minutes, 13 seconds. Countess and Comps spreading towards the west, and here's a bit of a push coming from River of Blood with Rylak and Striker. Striker takes a hit for 391. He's going to stop Rylak. He's going to fall back.
It's got to be... It's Comps, or... It was Comps, I think.
Couldn't tell where it came from. There's Countess. Doesn't fire yet, but Striker knows he's there.
He's pinned. He can't move out of this position very easily. He has to choose to go forward, back, whatever, but he can't hesitate when he leaves this cover. And now we actually have Commander J in the south with a cross position. With this, Striker will take damage from some source. Oh, he backs up just enough.
And takes a hit. Commander J lines another sniper shot towards Striker.
Okay, Striker might be able to get away. He's going to be able to at least back away into those buildings.
Yeah, blow up some of these fire canisters. And he's waiting.
Nope, Silent Demise is just going to go for it. Against Savagey, Captain Blood takes 376 in the meantime, as it looks like this is the big push from Cunninghams.
3 minutes and 8 seconds. It's the right time to make it. They're going to focus on Savagey first. This is where River of Blood falls apart, being spread out. Savagey goes down as Trireme and Silent Demise get the kill. It's 2 tier 8s down for River Blood along with GQ. The push continues from the Cunninghams up towards the corner. Captain Blood trying to hold in the center. Joining him right behind is Rylak in the 5100 in a good hold down position, but not really good hold down tank. Silent Demise and Trireme ready to begin the engagement. Captain Blood fires. There may have been a hit from behind.
That was
from
Comps.
And there it was. Rylak bounces off Comps to the front.
Now Countess is moving in. He's going to be able to flank onto Rylak.
Striker holding it against Commander J, not allowing him to push up. They're going to trade fire. Countess takes down Rylak. Striker last tier 8 left alive. Commander J so close, and they kill each other. The sacrificial push from Commander J takes down the last tier 8. Only one tank left alive from River of Blood.
Wow. And now on Himmelsdorf, it's only Arg. Poor Arg. And he's just going to be on the hill. Cap begins Trireme. Going to make it happen. Saying it once, saying it again, River Blood should not split up. Cunninghams executed simultaneously on every front, and they outplayed on every front. There was no spot where River Blood had the advantage, and nowhere did they execute better than the Cunninghams.
Arg on the run, 15 seconds left. Will not get to the flag cap in time to get a reset. Probably can't even penetrate one of these tanks. Well, let's see from long range. Nope, they fire back.
Oh,
Boom!
ammo rack 2. Isn't that just so pretty?
It is. Firework display going off.
Yeah. Instead of the ammo, instead of the turret sometimes blowing off, what you'll get is you'll get that cooking off explosion.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
sparklers.
footage of an ammo rack, like a real ammo rack?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, the T1 one like that. I saw a, what is it? Which Russian tank was it? Anyway, just like that.
Just like that?
Just like that. Saw an ammo rack cook off. You hear all the ammo going off all at once, and then you just see jets of fire coming out.
That's
you
scary.
don't always see a turret just blow off.
Yeah.
Because it just might vent out through a hole in the tank.
That's scary, man.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Super scary.
Wonder if we'll see something like that in Fury.
Oh, man.
Yeah, coming out this November.
Maybe.
Be cool. It was really, really neat to interview David Ayer, the producers, QED International, at the E3 event that we had. And World of Tanks is going to feature a camo that you can use, that you can purchase for your M4 Sherman that has Fury on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a camo or is it like a...
I don't know if it's a decal or a camo.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet.
Should be a decal.
But it was Fury on the gun.
Okay.
It was painted, just like in the movie.
Nice.
It's really cool, really cool.
All right.
Well, take a look at the damage, Rukel. How much damage did Cunningham's dish out?
All right. Well, Comps fired 10 times, 7 for 7 for 2,411 damage. Comps really did work in this battle, putting shells out where they needed to, when they needed to hit. And from a distance of more than 300 meters, he was able to get one good shell out, received a good amount of shells, and was able to bounce about 624 damage, unfortunately, for River of Blood. Silent Demise does a good 1.5. Commander J 1.4, 1.3 from Trireme. Countess didn't get to do a whole lot in that battle. Now, the other side, Savage E pulled his weight in the IS-3. Same with Striker. You really had Doc Golem in a bad position where he was pinned, unable to do much of anything, and just actually find an advantageous position. He was in an exposed spot. He did not have a hold down. He did not have anything. When the opponent went around on him, he lost. It was right then and there. You could see it clear as day. His position on the 8 line was not good enough.
Yeah. This is where we get into that dangerous zone of Cunninghams. We'll call it the danger zone. Of Cunninghams
A zone of danger.
being up 1 and then going for the rest of the draws. This is what A. Martin talked about in one of the face-offs, and you can't fault him for it, but it's not the best way to play because it leaves you too predictable. If River Blood can crack that turtle shell, which Fnatic was able to do when they were down 0-2 against Cunninghams on Ensk in particular, if they're able to crack that, then they can swing it into their favor. So Cunninghams has a choice. They play for the draw, they try to play for the win, or they can be aggressive for another battle and then draw one more time and get the win. It's up to them. Rookkill, what do we have for tanks?
Yeah, so just look at it for a sec. You see that?
2 Waffentragas?
Yeah, that's right. 350-100, 2 Waffentraggers, and 2 T1s for River of Blood. Cunninghams, 350-100, 2 IS-3s, 2 T1s. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take a look at where Doc Golem and Savage are going to head with these 2 Waffentraggers. We've seen this before from River of Blood.
I'm just worried that it's not going to work.
Well, hopefully their shots connect.
What guns are there? This is 15 centimeter. And then head on over to
Savage E.
FG. Yeah, that's a 15 as well.
150.
Wait, is that? Give me another.
Well, it's,
Yeah, it is. Okay.
yeah, it's kind of tough.
The bush was
It's
covering
a little bit
up.
camouflaged.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Imagine bird watching and seeing one of those go right through one of the bushes.
You just got your binocs on.
Yeah.
Just looking around. Oh, what's that?
It's a beautiful Waffentrager.
It doesn't sound beautiful.
All right, well, look at the positioning coming from River of Blood. They're holding in the Delta City line. And Cunninghams is in a 3-2 spread with the 2 T1s fanned out down the Gulf line, one in Gulf 1, the other in Gulf 5, playing pure defense.
I think Cunninghams doesn't want to push today.
Nope.
I think they're good to go. They're very okay with their current position.
But what did the Cunninghams, what did Fnatic say to the Cunninghams?
Not today.
Not today.
Not today. Fair enough.
Striker Doc Golem sticking together here. And Doc Golem fires. Huge cannon.
What at what?
At A. Martin.
He fires at A. Martin. That huge cannon at A. Martin.
Yep.
Didn't hit.
Didn't hit anything except a city.
So it hit something. Just didn't hit any one.
No tanks.
No tanks.
Oh.
That's just disappointing.
Gratefully, this entire city has been evacuated.
I just got reminded. You just reminded me. Let's go look at the statue.
Oh, there he
No one
is.
shot the statue.
There he is.
That
Not
used to
yet.
be a tradition.
GQ and ARC sticking together.
And now?
Well, GQ and ARC are going to still stay here, spotting the railroad tracks. Heading back is Captain Blood. As he moves towards the northern side, the rest of his team's going to go with him. Striker leading the charge in the 5100. Savage further along in the distance. You'll see pop around the corner. There he is. There he is in the Waffentrager.
Oh, that's an interesting move.
So where can they go from here in this type of play from River of Blood? From this northern section, they could swing all the way to the east and then push themselves down, but the opening is still small unless they use both the railroad tracks and the eastern side for a play against Cunninghams, against their flag cap. River of Blood has got to recognize that they have to aggress, they have to attack against this fortified position.
Yes. Whenever I've attacked this position, I found that splitting a little bit helps. You get that control of each lane of approach, right? You control the 1 line, the 3-4 line, and maybe put someone on the 5-6. Now, the position currently held by the Cunninghams is kind of okay as long as you have a reaction plan. Cunninghams have to make a counter push once they recognize a weakness. If they do not, you can just flank from the far east, which we see Riverblade going to. And I am a fan of going at it from the north a little bit, putting someone in there to grab the attention, and then have the flank fire come in, because there's plenty of little walls and stuff that's just destructible, really, that you can fire straight on through from the east. There's a little bit of cover that'll get in the way, like that little house right there, and some other stuff, but Comps is relatively exposed to fire from the far east. Riverblood can make a fast cap. They can do a lot of things from here, but
I like the distance that Doc Gulm and Savage will create for themselves to cover that flag cap. This is the best place for the tank destroyers to be, as long as the brawl is focused on the other tanks in the center, the 5100s, but they can fall so quickly if they focus on one.
yes, if these guys can get a clean shot on anyone from the Cunninghams, they could very well go down in 2 shots. Now in IS-3, 2 low rolls, maybe, maybe not, but, you know, we could see. We'll see. And as they line up their shots, what are they looking at?
Well, they're looking at the fence. They're looking at the possible...
Are they looking at a tank?
Opening. No, they don't see anything yet.
Okay.
Nothing spotted. Possible spotting, though, happening once they go for the flag cap and they decide to do so. But this is where the T1s can really come in handy. Taking a look at ARG and GQ. They're going to head further south. No longer in a defensive positioning, more or less, but to try to locate where Cunninghams are. And they could possibly go for a sacrifice scout.
Possibly. We'll see. Countess is exposed. Don't think anyone's there to spot him. Commander J also shooting out into the distance. I think they do spot something. Or at least they're destroying buildings now. No, they're shooting at Rylak. Rylak is taking fire. He is not getting connected on, but that building is gonna go down. Rylak needs to get out of there immediately.
Germ takes a big hit, or causes a big hit against Rylak. As Rylak moves towards the house, hits the tree. Captain Blood, Striker, they're pushing in.
Good time to. There's a bunch of tanks on reload. Countess, Germ, Commander J have wasted quite a few shells at this point, and this is the window. Comp, Silent Demise can still do a lot of work, yes, but this could be the perfect time to get a little bit of ground and a little bit of control. Captain Blood is tracked in the open by Silent Demise. Nice shot to slow down his opponent, and 1 shell. 2nd shell. The Waffentraggers have fired. Huge reload.
They both don't hit.
No, they both hit cover right in front of Silent Demise.
That's going to allow Cunninghams to feel more open to push in. Shot against Striker for 390.
Oh, miss on Comps, barely. And the 2nd shell should come in shortly. No connection yet. Countess has taken what appears to be a large shell. Germ moving up is putting shells onto Captain Blood. Comps Simpson though a little bit.
Silent Demise takes down ARG. There goes Captain Blood. One of the tanks that had points on the flag cap. Striker is not in range, or at least in viewpoint of Commander J, but he continues to fire towards another tanker, Rylak. Striker, however, is super low, and now a tank up to the north is on the flag cap. That is Trireme in the T1.
Yep, he has the cap going on.
Another 5100 falls. Comps still very low.
He's sitting at a clean 19 hit points.
Silent Demise able to hit Rylak again to the side. And Rylak fires again at Germ, but he goes down. This is where the Waffentraggers don't work. When they don't land a shot, they take way too long to reload compared to an IS-3 or a 5100.
They could do the 12.8 and possibly do a little bit better than that, but it's just not working. Not happening. You can see how their inability to perform with a tank. I just don't think these guys are individually skilled enough with this tank to make it work. They're just not able to execute. They don't understand the playstyle well enough. They're too used to playing tanks like 5100 and IS-3. Now, the cap is still going, 24 seconds. There's this strange chance that these guys completely waste Silent Demise. That's 770 damage. Savage E pokes out, takes
There's one.
And he's dead.
Doc Golem, last tank left alive with 13 seconds left on the flag cap. German Silent Demise firing towards him. Comps from far away could land a nice shot. Fires but hits the railroad. Ooh, big hit from Doc Golem to take down Silent Demise.
That hurts.
3, 2, 1, and Cunninghams puts another point on the board, furthering their excellent position to get a win in this series.
Nope.
Still more firing going back and forth between the team.
Not quite.
But base has been captured.
Yep.
I like one Waffentrage. This is echoing what you said, and I'll agree with, because you can't argue with the logic of only having one KV5 compared to 2.
Yeah.
Because when you have the one, it creates a different mix-up. It creates a strength higher compared to the other tank, with the KV5 being the HP. With the Waffentrage, it's the damage. It does a lot of damage in one shot, but you lose mobility and you lose armor.
Yes.
One of them, the mix-up can work if the strategy is in place and it's executed well. 2 of them, it's too much of a sacrifice.
What about a combo, the shield and the sword? KV5, hidden behind it, a Waffentrage. Surprise, surprise. You think you found a KV5, but no. There's actually a Waffentrage behind it.
I would love to see that, actually.
That'd be kind of cool.
I love, because what you lose in the damage, you make up for with the Waffentrage.
Yeah.
What you lose with the HP and the armor, you make up for in the KV5.
Precisely! And the KV5 still hits pretty okay. So there's no big deal with that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That's a really good point.
I don't think it would actually work for weird reasons, probably just due to the playstyle. It's so slow that between the two of them,
slow.
Yeah, just to put 2 tanks together and have them work in that kind of a unison, I don't think it works if neither tank is able to stand on their own. Like the KV5 can't stand on its own, I think, and the Waffentrage can't stand on its own, I think. So you get a situation where if they get split up, it's not going to actually be that effective.
Yeah.
Together, maybe.
No, you want to keep them together. You don't want to split them up.
Well, inevitably, they will be split up. The party will be split sometime along the road. And the rule is never split the party, yes, but DM has different ideas. Always.
I don't want to split the party.
Well,
River of Blood shouldn't split their party at all.
I mean,
they should stay as one. They should completely surround those 2 tanks in the center and move as one. See what happens. They've been more statistically, they're more effective that way.
They are, but they're not doing it.
I know.
Don't know why.
Not Prohorovka, but Steps will be battle number 4. Cunninghams can still play for the draw, and it will be a win. They don't have to attack at all. It's all up to River of Blood in order to push, aggress, and break the camp of the Cunninghams. Here we go, Rookkill. What do we have for tanks?
All right. Pershing, T69, 3 1390s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams for the Cunninghams, who will be the red team spawning in the north. The blue team spawning in the south. River of Blood will have 2 T69s, 3 1390s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams. I'm very surprised by the Cunninghams' choice of a Pershing and a T69 instead of perhaps a T32 or something of the like. I would have expected a more defensive role, but it is as it is. Silent Demise going for the opening scout run.
It is as it is. They're going for the east. I think River of Blood's going all in.
Very likely.
Comps. And perhaps Baguk fired towards Striker. No dice.
A. Martin's going up and over. He's going to lead the way, scout the way, or just do an active T1 run. That's interesting.
River Blood's staying together finally on Steps with all of their tier 8s. Cat Blood, Rylock, and Savage hanging back a little bit.
Yep. All right. Cunninghams has got to get ready for this fight. They have to know that it is inevitable, and they need to be prepared. Countess, I love this position, by the way. Great position, high ground. Don't need a lot of gun depression to utilize it because of the already downhill angle that you have in that 1390. You've got a little cover. You've got everything you need. Now, Doc Golem is going to move around, and that might make Countess's position a little bit more difficult to work with. But that's a smart move. Little credit to River of Blood with that one. Got interesting positions. Commander J, sitting back at base, actually may be able to counter the the position of River of Blood, that medium tank, taken up by Doc Golem. And then Baguk, along with Comps, will be able to hold against most of this aggression fairly well. And a little damage. Savagey takes a hit. Must be Commander J. He has a small angle. Oh, it goes red. Savagey may take another.
Captain Blood, who gets a rock for a little bit,
No.
drifts.
That could counter the position from Commander J if he's
could.
able to do it. But Trireme is watching that middle road, and he's the safety net for Commander J. Trireme may go down, but Captain Blood will be spotted, and that will allow for Commander J to get away without a whole lot of damage taken. And in fact, he moves at the perfect time, recognizing he's been here a little bit too long. Let's get out. I've got to do a reload. Countess also unable to find anything. And A. Martin is actually getting very deep into the positions of River of Blood.
Captain Blood in enemy territory. Trireme shot towards him. Captain Blood could get the kill from far range.
No, Arg could do it.
T1 can't get it.
GQ could get it.
Ooh, Trireme. It's 24 damage to Captain Blood.
Captain Blood doesn't want to waste a shot.
And he has to. Gets the kill. Commander J is
That's the
seen.
push. That's going to be the push. We've got a huge move. Rylak moving up. Takes a hit from Baguk. Savagey also moving up. Oh, Rylak has taken 488 damage already.
That's pretty big, but Baguk misses a shot, and Rylak fires into the dirt. Savagey, Doc Golem, and Striker now moving up towards Comps and Baguk. Will they focus the Silent Demise first? From behind, Rylak takes another hit, and Strike takes down Comps first. That's the first tier 8 to fall on the side of the Cunninghams. Silent Demise could be next.
And he is.
And he goes down. Shot fired from further away. Countess misses. Now Rylak gets hit. And Baguk can't finish it off. It's Rylak that goes down from Countess. And Doc Golem still left alive. Could be the next one to fall. Savagey tries to block. Not successful. Commander J now moving in to clean up. Baguk still holding on. Captain Blood taking another shot in that volley of 462. But look at the flag cap. Cunninghams has one to the south, but a long time for them to reach. And the two T1s, GQ and Arg, are now going to fall back towards the rocks.
And A. Martin taking on Striker, but Striker gets the kill on the south cap. That's reset.
So both teams lose the flag cap pressure on both sides.
But now we've got a chance for a regroup. Cunninghams is not following up that aggression. They know that Striker is out of the fight. They could have taken on Savagey and Captain Blood if they had the reloads. But now they've got the two T1s to help them out, Arg and GQ. Countess is closing the distance, and he wants to go for the kill. He has a slight, very slight advantage in hit points, but he must waste shells killing these T1s, which is a huge problem for 1390s. They have a very limited autoloader clip, 6 shells. Savagey misses 1. Now Countess is trying to get connection. Striker is moving in, about 30 seconds away. And Striker will be able to assist and put crossfire onto Countess. However, oh, Commander J left his position. He had a great cover position for Countess. He could have punished Striker for trying to move in.
Commander J is now pushing forward. First strike from Countess, and Commander J and Countess working together, firing again and again against Savagey. Commander J waits, and he gets it. Countess takes another hit, though. Captain Blood trying to get the kill. Commander J takes down GQ. Countess and Captain Blood still duke it out. Not killing yet, and Countess gets the kill against Captain
Striker.
Blood.
Striker runs into Arg, ruining absolutely everything.
And Striker falls. Countess and Commander J do the impossible. They were down 1 tier 8
And
in
two
comparison,
T1s.
and 2 T1s, and they're able to take it. Cunninghams take the series 3-0.
Wow.
I thought River of Blood was going to do it on
Yeah.
steps.
It looked like a sure game. All they had to do was stay together, start the fight when it mattered, throw the T1s in there or something, and they had the win. But Cunninghams gets to start the engagement, and all they have to do is focus fire, and River of Blood is not coordinated. That's really the big problem, a lack of coordination, even when they're together. And we have a replay. I want to show this to you guys. They just go in. They're right at it. No problems. You have another 1390, Captain Blood, who's attempting to create some kind of flank. He wants to go around, but not fast enough. Those two 1390s are already going forward. They get into the focus fire. There needs to be another gun. And then on top of that, you get Striker and Arg running into each other. Not coordinated. Cunninghams played it right.
They did. They played it very well, and that's the best type of strategy, is to focus tank by tank by tank.
Yes.
And Countess was able to try to just stay alive against Captain Blood, and he did so. There's a little bit of RNG with those shots. You can't factor that out.
Yeah.
But Commander J stays alive, and when Commander J stays alive, this is what happens.
He just wrecks. He wrecks things. I want to look at the post-game stats real quick. Commander J is actually under Countess in damage. He does 1,819. Now, he does have 4 kills, which, to his credit, kind of means that some of those are cut short by the fact that you're getting the finishing blow. You only get credit for that damage that is left on the tank. And then Countess gets 1,975. Nice number, by the way. That's a good number. I like 1,975. It's nice. Anyway, 12 shots fired, 10 of 10 for connections and hits. And then Commander J, 16, does a lot of blind fire here and there, and gets about 9 for 9. So not bad.
Yep. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Congratulations to the Cunninghams. They're going to be in a tiebreaker against Hammer Time tomorrow. And then from there, the wild cards will be played. So we have one tiebreaker per division. But before we talk about the standings, let's take a look at a recap of what happened tonight. First off, the Googly Bobbers won 3-0 against Gong Fu. Hammer Time took out Refuse to Die 3-1. Fnatic was 3-1 against Bernal Empires. And Cunninghams 3-0 against River of Blood. This is the exact same thing as last week with the results.
You know, before the night started, I'd actually thought it was going to be 3-1s all the way down. It's very close to wrong.
Close.
It was so close.
You're close.
I was like, it's going to be 3-1s. It wasn't.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Well
3
done.
zeros? Come on.